Hey Hayden, want to come see what happens when I boil salt and water together in a saucepan?
Won't it just all evaporate?
No, that's the cool thing. The water evaporates, but the salt gets left behind.
What? How? I don't understand how that works.
Come on and I'll show you. See, here we have a pink saucepan. Now let's add some salt and water. See how at first the salt, which is represented by the red counters, is all locked together with nothing in between? That's because it's currently a solid and the salt particles are very attracted to each other while it is in this form. The water particles, which are represented by the blue counters, are less strongly attracted to one another as they are in liquid form. However, they are also all close together because they are not able to break through the salt particles while the salt is in this form. Even if the water was also in solid form, for example, frozen as ice, the particles would be locked together, but not as much as salt particles are extremely attracted to each other, more so than most other things. Now if we add some heat, you can see that all of the particles start to vibrate. As the water is already in liquid form, its particles are able to move around more freely than the salt. If we add more heat, we have kinetic energy start to form within the salt, which is where the particle's energy starts to fight its attraction. The energy becomes greater than the attraction and the salt particles begin to slide past one another, but they still stay close. If we add even more heat again, the energy becomes greater and the particles begin to move more rapidly. The particles begin to bounce off each other and the attraction becomes weaker as the water slides between the salt particles, making a salty water substance as they combine. As the salty water becomes hotter and hotter, the water particles turn from a liquid into a gas. The water particles begin to bounce off the other particles with such great force that they actually shoot up into the air as a gas. This is known as evaporation. As the water leaves the saucepan through evaporation, the salt particles are able to find each other again. We can see here as they slowly attract to one another, they lock together again to form a solid.
Whoa, that is cool. I just assumed that it would all be able to evaporate together, but I now know that it is harder to turn solids to a liquid or a gas if the particles are so strongly attracted to each other.
That's right, Hayden. If you heated the salty water to a high enough temperature, it would of course be able to turn the salt into a gas as well, eventually. However, the salt particles are just so strongly attracted to each other that this would require a very, very high temperature.
Thanks for teaching me about this, Lauren. I'm going to go and show Lucy now. Bye.
See you later!